I'm going to make some fat-free miso soup with gluten-free pasta. Nice, healthy meal. Going to use some shiitake mushrooms, scallions, snap peas, celery, garlic, ground ginger, red onion, and mellow white miso. I like that better than the dark. And the gluten-free pasta, I got one that is made with rice, potato, and soy flour. They had others, but I think this one is more closer texture to regular pasta with those rice, potato, and soy flour. So let's get started with this. I put 2 quarts of water in there. And since we're not sauteing anything, we'll just put in the mushrooms, the onions, the celery, and the garlic, and the ginger, and let this cook for about 15 minutes. The scallions, the snap peas will go in at the very end along with the, just before the miso paste goes in, because the miso paste you don't boil or you lose all of its value. And meanwhile, we're going to cook up the pasta. Now, of course, while this is cooking, boiling, it's reducing, and that's fine. I allowed for that because I don't want 2 quarts of soup. I'm also going to add green pepper for flavor towards the end and cut like so. Give that little oriental flair by cutting like diamonds. So that'll go in just before the snap peas. And the scallions, you could tell, cut on a bias, very thin, not chunky pieces. I'm going to go light with the soy, so I'm going to use this Tamari gluten-free soy sauce, just 1 tablespoon. That's for color and for taste. Meanwhile, the pasta is cooking. And I'm going to put some hot sauce in there. You know, you can go up and down with the amounts of vegetables and change, and you can put other vegetables in here also. It's just that I'm making a soup that's miso with the gluten-free pasta and the vegetables that I chose. And you don't have to put the hot sauce. But it always tastes good. You want to put fresh broccoli in there also. You put that towards the end. You want to put fresh green beans in there. There's 1,000,001 things you could do with this. That's been boiling for about 20 minutes and we're ready to continue with the rest. I'm going to add something to this that I do in clear soups all the time, and that's a mixture of 1 tablespoon for this amount of soup, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with 1 tablespoon of water, making a little paste like this. What this does is, you'll notice the vegetables, they always sink to the bottom of the soup plate that you serve it in and in the pot. So by doing this, they kind of, and not a lot either, it just gives a little body to it. Not much. I'm not adding this into the recipe because you don't have to do it. This is what I do, if you notice. Little body now. So we'll lower this and we'll start adding the rest of the ingredients. First, the peppers. They go in at the very end. The snap peas. And then in order to blend the miso in, you have to take some out so you can whip it. Because we don't want to put a whip into that pot and break everything up. So we'll just take the miso paste. There it is. And take out the clear broth. Now you have no problem in adding the miso, which you just whip it up. It dissolves in here very easily. You can imagine if you just took the whip to it in the pot now, you'd be breaking all the vegetables. So now that that's done, I'm going to get the pasta, which is ready and hot. I'm going to drain it and add it. Add the miso, the scallions, and we're ready to serve. And I'm not going to add any salt to this because the miso to me has enough. But if you want to, you can. Now I'm going to drain the pasta, put it in about 5 seconds. And the scallions. So we have scallions, the pasta, gluten-free, the miso paste, just give it a stir, shut the flame off. Oh, it looks nice, look at that. It looks almost similar to something you would have in a Japanese restaurant. And then we'll just take this. You could also add tofu to this too. Get some of the veggies in there. And the noodles. And there you go. I'm going to sit down and have myself a bowl of this, and I hope you enjoy it.